always remember, Father, Son, and House of Gucci. What's going on, guys? My name is Leo Rydell. If you're new to the channel, this is Geekly Goods, where we talk the latest in movies, TV, a little sprinkle of anime in there as well. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button if you enjoy this type of content. And y'all, I'm here today to talk about House of Gucci, and whew, I wish I had some better things to say, y'all, because I gotta admit, your boy struggled to get through this one. It was 2 hours and 38 minutes, and a lot of it was quite messy, guys, quite messy. So what is House of Gucci about? When Patricia Reggiani, an outsider from humble beginnings, marries into the Gucci family, her unbridled ambition begins to unravel the family legacy and triggers a reckless spiral of betrayal, decadence, revenge, and ultimately murder. This is directed by Ridley Scott and stars Lady Gaga, Adam Driver, Al Pacino, Jeremy Irons, Jared Leto, and more. I don't want to ruin one person that's included in this movie that I had no idea would be in this movie, but she's a queen, and I still was confused as to why they included her, but we'll go ahead and sound off in the comments when we've all seen it and talk a little bit more about it once it's out and we can all talk more about it. But anyway, guys, let me start out with some of the good positive things about House of Gucci. I'm gonna be real with you, I don't have many, but of course the wardrobe, y'all. Like, let's be real here, you guys. The wardrobe is flawless. Flawless, y'all. I mean, some of the best Gucci product I've ever seen. They've got these limited edition slippers in the movie that have barely been seen before. These velvet slippers that are like museum exclusives. I completely believe what they're saying with those because they're beautifully done. I mean, the bags, the outfits, the accessories, the hats, everything in this movie, wardrobe wise, is a top to bottom gorgeous, y'all. I mean, some of the best Gucci products, period. And some amazing concept art pieces and really cool scarves and accessories. And it's just, wardrobe wise, wonderfully done. Wonderfully done, you guys. And I also want to give some props to Lady Gaga. While the accent was pretty terrible, I did like her acting, and I did like Adam Driver. I did like Al Pacino. I think the three of them did great in their acting, because Adam Driver, while I didn't think he was quite, you know, that charismatic, I think that he did have the right feel for Maurizio Gucci. I think that that's how he was, kind of just like kind of tall, awkward-ish, lanky-ish guy who slowly ascended into a more powerful and sure of himself type of guy. This feels right for that role. So while I didn't like Driver the best of the cast, I think he did play his role very well. My favorite though was Lady Gaga, y'all. Like, I know the accent was way off and she sounded way more Russian than she did, but Patricia, y'all, I was like, she is pretty crazy, and she's coming for our boy Maurizio, and she really channeled that really well. It can come across camp and overacting, and that's what I thought they were going for, so I was cool with it, because Jared Leto, that was a problem. I'll get to that later, but I thought they were going with that campy vibe and running with that, and Gaga really gave us that, so I was like feeling it. I was like, yes, Gaga, yes, I'm a little monster, and I'm feeling the energy, girl. But I'll be real, y'all, that's about all that worked for me. So let's get into what doesn't quite work. Okay, so I'm gonna have to start out with what doesn't work is, unfortunately, Ridley Scott's direction, because this movie just feels like it doesn't really know what it wants to be. Doesn't want to be campy, doesn't want to be more serious. Is it trying to be? It has no idea what it's trying to be. It feels like there's a little bit of an identity crisis going on here. Just roll with the camp. Why are we moving away from the campiness? Like, just go with it. But then we reel back, kind of want things to be more serious, and this is about a murder. So it's like, okay, they're trying to make it serious, but it seems like Lady Gaga showed up with the campiness and we're like, yes, that, and everybody else didn't get the memo. So it was just so weird. Ridley Scott was not the right director for this movie. I think if you would have given this to somebody like Martin Scorsese, for example, I think he would have ran with this and did really well. Even Pablo Larraín, even though his stick and style is a lot different than what this story is, he would have done better. I just think that's a different director would have done this a lot better. I don't think Ridley Scott was the right director for this movie. He just wasn't the right director. honestly, the pacing is all over the place. The story just jumps from one beat to another so quickly. I mean, we're going from scene to scene within a couple minutes, guys. Like, you can look down at your shoe, look back up at the screen, and we're on a different scene already. And it's just too much. It's too much. This is a 2-hour, 38-minute movie, and scenes jump from scene to scene to scene to scene so quickly and abruptly and rapidly that we barely get any time to breathe and be within a scene. We get earlier in the movie and we get a little bit of longer sequences, but honestly, it just chops down more and more and more the further it goes into the movie. Look, besides the 3 I named, and Jeremy Irons is good, Jared Leto, every time he started talking, y'all, he sounded like Super Mario. Credit to my boy Zach Pope for pointing it out, because honestly, after he pointed it out, I couldn't stop hearing it. I was like, my man here is sounding like the Red Plumber himself, guys. I cannot unhear this Mario-like accent. The accents were horrible, but Jared Leto especially so bad. I like the transformative look. I like the transforming character, but when it's just this goofy, weird, campy like character who's not blending in with the rest, it just doesn't work, y'all. It didn't work for me. It just, story all over the place. Instead of focusing on some of the really integral moments, it just jumps all over between place to place to place that we barely get to like breathe. So it feels abrupt when you're getting towards the end and Maurizio is making all these character changes. It just feels so abrupt because there's so much before it. Instead of spending time on the characters and really allowing these sequences and these characters to have their moments, we just go from place to place to place. So changes in character feel so abrupt. It feels so abrupt, and this theme of family and running a family business gets a little jumbled and lost within it. I mean, and then there's this message of, oh, well, Gucci's can be, you know, real scandalous, but it just doesn't go far enough for me to really believe that, I guess. And not necessarily that I don't believe it, but it just doesn't feel really believable because the story is so jumpy. There are so many problems with this movie, and this all can be guided back to direction. Like I said, do you want to go camp? Do you want to go serious? Do you want to go camp? Do you want to go drama, mystery? Where do you want to take this movie? And it just feels like this is having an identity crisis throughout the film, and I was having such a hard time. It was very messy, not very well executed, and as I was saying earlier, there's an actress included in this movie that I don't want to say, but I was very weirded out with her being involved. I just didn't think she really fit in the movie, and I love this actress so much, and I was like, this feels weird for her to be in it. So it was so abrupt and so random and so weird along with everything else. There wasn't really a great score either. I thought that this movie just didn't have a lot to offer, unfortunately. Gaga was awesome. Driver, awesome. Pacino, awesome. Jeremy Irons isn't in it that much, so he's good, but he's Jeremy Irons. And then Jared Leto is a mess, man, a mess. Guys, gosh, this movie is an absolute wreck. The editing, pacing, and story being big culprits, but the direction being the biggest. Ridley should have just let us know, what are you going for here? What are you going for? Again, would have loved to see Martin Scorsese do this because, I mean, he is Italian and he did The Wolf of Wall Street, and I thought he did Leo's character really brilliantly. I could see him doing the same character work with Maurizio and Patricia. It just didn't work with Ridley Scott. So guys, and the script, really bad. Like, there's some really bad lines in this. But guys, if I had to give a rating to House of Gucci, y'all, this might be real low for me and for some others, but y'all, I'm going to 3 out of 10. Like, I just think it's so messy. It's so badly executed. There's just not a lot to make up for it for me. Like, even the performances don't make up for what is a pretty messy and badly executed movie. But I think there will be some fans of this that will enjoy the camp and will just be along for the campy ride. And look, for y'all, I'm gonna be happy for you, because you know what? I hope that people do enjoy this movie. When I review movies, that's what I always hope for. Even if I don't like it, I still hope that you out there can like it. I'm just expressing my opinion and letting you know how I felt before you walk into the movie. Guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Are you going to go see The House of Gucci? Let me know down in the comments. Are you excited for it? How are you feeling? You're a little apprehensive. I can understand after this review, but let me know down in the comments, guys. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button for your boy Leo Rydell, and this drops in theaters November 24th. Guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and we will see you next time on Geekly Goods.